Hey yo, what's going on? It's your boy Man in the Wild. Just looking into some of this Nation of Islam connection with Scientology, right? And so I done said a little bit about the shit when I talk about Luis Farrakhan, right? And the type of puppet he is, the character, the role that he's playing. I brought this up a couple times, because it's like, how the fuck can you claim to be that whole, because that whole nation shit, that white devil shit and all of that, right? The Zionist Jews and it's so much that Luis will speak against, so many people he'll speak against, right? But the Scientology shit is exactly the mind that he's allegedly battling. And that shit really baffled me when I found out that the notion of Islam had crossed over and was fucking with Scientology. It's like, man, that was like that was, I don't even want to call it icing on the cake because I like cake and I don't like this dumb shit. But it's the equivalent to, it's the equivalent to icing on some dumb shit. So, because whenever just look at the sign of Scientology. It's a cross and, the little X with the sun ray type shit going on. But you shouldn't be surprised because the Islamic sign and the notion of Islam sign is the C with the star. That coming from your Baphomet. So this type of connection, man, like, I don't give a fuck. It's not cool and it shouldn't be taken as cool. Like, people want to say, oh, if he wants to take from this and take from that, that's, if it's good for you, then it's good for you. Okay, yeah, I understand that part of life. I do. However, you can't fall in line with a whole group of motherfuckers just because of a couple things that you like that they got to say. Especially when on the other end is some fucked up shit going on. But they got a firm connection when it comes to that whole spacecraft type shit going on. Because I don't know exactly what they feel about L. Ron Hubbard as far as Scientology goes. But I know the notion of Islam think that their master, Farad Muhammad, Wallace Ford, you know, they still believe 100ly that he did not die and he's, in some kind of spaceship about to come back, man. That shit is real. I heard the motherfuckers come at me with that logic. Arguing, talking about you won't be able to, what they say, you won't be able to deny once you see the planes in the sky. That's what somebody threatened me with one day. I said, oh shit, that shit is serious. I thought it was just rumors. But here we go with this, man. See what they got to say about their ideas and their thinking behind connecting up with Scientology.
All betterment groups, no matter who they are, there is a surah in the Holy Qur'an called the Allies. And in that particular surah, it talks about those who believe and want to help man should stand shoulder to shoulder in ranks. See? And what we should do is drop all of the division, all of the false ideas and false ideology that we've all fallen victim to.
Yo, the whole nation of Islam is a false idea and false ideology. All they did was copy and paste their own people into the shit. When it comes to the Quran, when it comes to, Prophet Muhammad, when it comes to, because like I said, they believe that their leader, Master Farad Muhammad, is God. Period. They can't deny that shit, right? So you sit here and believe that a man is God, and then you got Elijah Poole, who becomes Elijah Muhammad, is the prophet that's spoken of in the Quran. That was written well before, the birth of Elijah Poole. The thought of and all of that. So it's like, you know, and then when it comes to that division shit, like I say, that's who they go. That's all they do is cause the division. You know, as far as, you know, who you need to hate and all of that type of shit, because the white devil shit is real, as far as what they push and pump and how they push and pump it. You know, but there's no way that you can have any type of middle ground when you call them motherfuckers white devils and shit. And you're pushing and pumping, you know, that race agenda behind exactly what the fuck you saying and all of that. You know, like I really can't believe that shit kind of came out his mouth like that.
And remove the scale from over our eyes and be able to judge a tree.
And then also too, whenever he says the Qur'an talks about you know, the allies and all of that coming together in ranks and all that, we don't need a division. Yo, the Qur'an specifically states that when it comes to matters of religion, right, when it comes to like matters of worship, ibadah, right, you ain't supposed to join ranks with nobody who's a disbeliever, and anybody who's upon that Scientology shit is considered a disbeliever in the by the language of the Qur'an. You know, so you sitting there ranking up with them, you know, in matters of anything that's beyond certain, like I said, certain shit that you may take from that makes sense. You know, that don't mean you got to go sit with the motherfuckers. That don't mean you got to break bread with them. You know, have somebody who's a Western regional representative with them. Like, that shit don't and shouldn't make fucking sense, man.
By the fruit it bear, and judge a man or an organization by its works. The works of the Church of Scientology should be held in high esteem of us all. So groups like the Nation of Islam, the Catholic Church, the Muslims all over the world, if we see the good of...
Yo, and it's funny how you say the Nation of Islam, the Catholic Church, and then Muslims, like you separated the shit, because you know it's not the same. The nation is not, you know, they're not Muslims, technically. You know, they really do have their own shit going on. You know, and it's just funny how he, you know, let that be clear.
One another, we should take that good, learn from it, get in exchange, you see. Do what other nations do, trade to the point to where we're in exchange. And so I'm just thankful that in this hour that I found a betterment group, that we were told in the Nation of Islam that at a time in our development, we would meet other purified people who would show us things that we can be in exchange with and take tools back to our community and help our people. And I'm telling you, the world would be a better place if all of us, whether we're Catholic, whether we're Muslim, whether we're Baptist, whether we're Episcopalian, you know, we should learn from one another. And that's what I like about the Church of Scientology. You don't hold back information. It's here for anybody to get.
Yo, you don't hold back information. Like, yo, like the leaders of these various, you know, religious groups do nothing but hold back information. You know, because they wouldn't be in the position they're in unless they had information. You know, that is supposed to be kept from the people. Period. Period. You know, whether it be like he was just naming off all the daggone sects of Christianity and all of that, right? Even if you run off all the sects of Islam and Judaism. You know, you'll basically be talking about dumb shit if you're talking about religion. You know, it's just going in a straight circle because the religion came from the same brain. The religions, you know, came from the same exact brain. I mean, you even got the same characters involved in all the different religions. You know, Jacob, Yaqub, you know, Nuh, Noah, you know, Jesus, Isa, Musa, Moses. I mean, it's the same characters, just different, you know, different languages and different names and all of that. Like I said, that circle spinning shit.
Here for anybody to take to their own religious idea, their culture, their ethnicity.
Circle spinning inside of the dumbass box. How about that?
I'm telling you, and that's the beauty of what I love. I don't feel stranglehold. In fact, I have become a better Muslim as a result of my relationship to the Church of Scientology.
Yo, and that's an impossibility, man. Like, that is literally an impossibility. You know, as a Muslim who is, you know, upon the Qur'an. You know, even if you're not upon the Sunnah of the Prophet. You know, if you're upon the Qur'an, you saying out your mouth, you know, you dealing with another religious organization is going to make you a better Muslim? The fuck out of here. That's impossible. That is shirk. That is disbelief according to the Qur'an. You know, and a major disbelief at that. Like, wow, man. Like I said, man, it's weird to hear this logic, man. To hear that this is how they think and try and justify certain shit, man. It's just crazy to me.
My mentor, my leader, teacher, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, God hates ingratitude. And the world should be grateful that in our lifetime, along came a being known as Mr. L. Ron Hubbard, who looked into the universe, who just looked and observed and put together for all of us. He took out of the universe truths and codified them in a way.
Okay, so hold on. So they're saying he looked into the universe, took out truth, and it's funny how they say he codified them too. Because this whole, you know, this whole shit ain't nothing but a code, you know, as far as what you see and know and how they speak to each other. You know what I'm saying? You damn right this shit is codified. But when you want to talk about the universe shit, he was a fucking science fiction writer. And as it stands, when it comes to this damn, you know, the ball earth theory and you know, space travel and all of that shit, it's nothing but science fiction. An oxy fucking moron. But yet and still, these the people that they put in front of you, calling them geniuses and shit. The fuck out of here. You know, understand and be willing to know that you're being duped when it comes to all of this shit that they give you. All the people that they give you. You know, and it's funny how this Nation of Islam dude sitting there talking about giving praise to L. Ron Hubbard, the same fucking white devil, you know, that his people's been preaching against for all these decades. Like, yo, miss me with that dumb shit, man.
And simplified them in a way and could put it in a book called Way to Happiness, that now that book is changing the reality in the lives of people from a negative to a positive. We say that when a man comes along like that, his name should be mentioned right along with the names of the saints. And we are thankful to Almighty God that a human being like Mr. Hubbard came this way. And not only did he come, he took enough responsibility to see into the future and to put a truth into the future that could change lives for better.
Yo, and what you got to know too, man, is L. Ron Hubbard ain't no different than these other motherfucking puppets that you know. L. Ron Hubbard was playing a fucking role. You understand that? How do you know that shit? Because L. Ron Hubbard's name will never fucking die. Let them tell it. Louis Farrakhan's name won't die. Let them tell it. Malcolm, Elijah, Martin. Hell, even Jesse and Al Sharpton ass, man. They not going to be forgotten. Why? Because their characters playing their fucking role. And they did it to perfection. You understand? They did it to perfection. That's why they got streets named after them. That's why they got parks. That's why they got, you know, holidays. That's why they got so many different remembrances of these damn people. Think they're gonna remember a regular motherfucker? Somebody who came up and did it on their own? Without being connected? Get the fuck out of here.
For millions and possibly trillions of years, that's in front of us. So for that, we are grateful.
So as it stands, man, as it stands, ain't no fucking way that is logical that the Nation of Islam would, um, join forces with Scientology, in a way that, um, that's gonna actually benefit you as a Muslim, if you really are a Muslim, and the fact that, Saudi Arabia, still fucks with Luis by letting them even come in there to do Hajj and all of that. The fact that they ain't, really said, got to look really deeper into what they've said, if they said anything, but I ain't heard shit. I ain't hear shit when the shit popped off like that, except for the, the various voices of Islam. But as far as the heads, the top of shit, and they right in line with what Luis is on, man, because it's all a fucking game to these people. So yeah, this notion of Islam connection to Scientology bullshit is confirmed though.